Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. It's afternoon for us here. I'm in my room with my sleepy, sick baby. Oh, he's so cute. He's not feeling good right now, so I made him take a nap. But I thought while I was in here and it was quiet, other boys are occupied, I wanted to make this video. I've been wanting to make this video, but I've also been not wanting to, and I don't know if it's because it's like, it just feels personal to me right now, like it feels like something special that I kind of want to hold on to just for us, especially because it will more likely than not be the very last time we ever do this. But at the same time, I really want to document this, especially for that reason. I don't know, it feels weird coming out and saying it. It feels so weird. But we are officially trying for baby number 4. It's really exciting. It's so exciting for us. Like I said, it feels really weird saying it. Also, because we've never really... Before I say this, I just want to say, I know that so many people struggle so bad with infertility and trying to get pregnant, and I mean, I have so many friends who have struggled with it, but for us, we've never really, we've been really blessed. We've been really lucky. We've never struggled with that. We've always gotten pregnant really easily. I mean, with Nicholas, I was 18. Obviously, I was not trying to get pregnant. And then with Nathaniel, we got pregnant the first try. And with Ryland, it was kind of the first try, kind of the second. It's kind of a long story, but yeah, so we haven't ever had an issue with that, and I've always felt guilty for that. And I know, you know, my friends who have struggled with infertility, they tell me, like, you don't have to feel guilty. It's not your fault, or there's nothing wrong with it. But I do. I always feel guilty. I always feel bad about it. And so many of you know we've gone back and forth for, I mean, Ryland he's about to turn 5 in 15 days. He counts it down every single day. He's about to turn 5. So it's been like almost 4 years that we've gone back and forth of when we want to start trying for another one. We've known we want 4 kids. We've always known that. But it's just been a matter of when to start trying. We've gone back and forth so much with Jake and recruiting. This job was just miserable for everybody involved, I feel like. I mean, kids have been fine, but it was definitely an adjustment at first. He was working so much the first couple years, and I was just home with the kids by myself so much. It was rough, and it was obviously a huge adjustment for Jacob to get used to. And it was a big adjustment for us not being at a base. That was my first time in my adult life not living at an Air Force base. So I joined when I was 17, so that was the first time I even knew not being at an Air Force base and not having that community. And it was so hard for all of us. It was such an adjustment. And on top of that, I was like doing school full-time off and on. We had just so many different things always coming up, and it just, you know, we finally decided, like, maybe we just need to wait until Jake's done with recruiting. We thought about waiting until we moved. I don't know. We've just gone back and forth for so long. You know, sometimes I'd be like, okay, let's just try now. I'll finish school later. And then I'd be like, no, I really want to finish school first. And then we'd just go back and forth so many times. But we are officially trying. I got my IUD taken out a month ago. So we are officially trying. And I kind of say trying loosely. We were. At first, my first cycle, that like the start of my first cycle I had after getting my IUD removed, I was tracking my temperature, my cervical fluid, my cervical position. You know, if any of you know about trying to conceive, those are what you gotta track. I never did use like ovulation predictor kits. But I decided, since we've never had an issue getting pregnant, who knows if we'll have an issue this time. I don't know, especially I have a lot of extra weight on me right now. It's been 5 years. I mean, I don't know that we won't have trouble this time, but what I do know is that in the history, in our history, like in the past, we haven't. So I decided to like stop tracking, at least for right now. I decided to like stop taking my temperature every morning. I'm trying to, I don't know, I was just driving myself crazy. It was all I was thinking about. I would spend hours in like Facebook groups or other groups for like trying to conceive for no reason. It's not like I've struggled with this before, you know? So I decided to just stop taking the fun out of it. And just, I'm trying so hard to wait for my period to come, or wait to miss a period before I test. I'm trying to not, I don't know 100% sure. I'm either 7 DPO or 8 DPO, like days past ovulation. And implantation doesn't even happen until 6 or 12 days after. So even if I was pregnant, I wouldn't even be able to find out yet on a test. With Ryland, I wasn't tracking, but I think, sorry, I'm getting messages on my phone. I think I might have been like 8 or 9 DPO when I found out. But it was a super, super faint line. And then I had to like wonder if I was going crazy, or if I was really seeing something or what. And then I had to wait till the next day to take another test to see if it got darker, if the line got darker. And then I told Jacob, and I don't want to do that this time. I don't want to drive myself crazy. I just want to be able to look at the test and see if it's positive or negative. I'm hoping obviously that's positive, but excuse me, even if it's not this time, I'm gonna be okay with that, because just over a month ago, I didn't even know if I wanted to start trying yet. Because even though Jake is about to be done with recruiting, we are actually moving in, geez, like 3 months. It's so exciting. Okay. Anyways, even though he's gonna be done with recruiting, and that's what we were saying, you know, when we finally decided, okay, we'll wait till he's done. Even after that, I was like, well, should I just, you know, after we move, finish school first, and then we'll start trying. I mean, we're trying now. There's no going back. My ID's out, and I'm not gonna get it put back in. So, but all that to say, like, if it is not positive this month, I'm not gonna be too extremely disappointed, because I didn't even feel ready a month ago to start trying. So I don't know. I'm just kind of letting it go, leaving it in God's hands, and I know that he's gonna give us a baby if and when we're supposed to have another one. And I don't know, I'm really excited for that. Also, people keep, I mean, sorry, I have like a dry spot on my face and it's bugging me. But people, obviously, when they see we have 3 boys, they're like, oh, you need a girl. And I always used to get so upset. I'm like, what's wrong with my 3 boys? Like, I love having boys. I love being a boy mom. Gosh, if you guys know me, you know that. I love being a boy mom. It's just so much fun. Look how cute they are. I love it. And I used to not even want a girl. Like, when I was pregnant with Nicholas, we didn't find out the gender until he was born. Jake was not happy about that, but he was deployed, so he didn't really have a choice. And I wanted a boy so bad, and I got one. And then when we got pregnant with Nathaniel, at first I was like, okay, now we have a boy, I want a girl now. And that didn't last more than like a week. I started pulling out the old baby clothes and seeing all the old little boy clothes. I was like, maybe I want a boy. And then I was like, yeah, I for sure want a boy. And by the time we, you know, found out, we were really hoping for a boy. Then with Ryland, we did a whole gender reveal party, and that was fun. But that time, like, I felt like I was gonna be mad if it was a girl. I really wanted a boy really bad. This time, I honestly do not care what we have. We were gonna try for a girl. If you guys have ever heard of the shuttles method, there's like scientific ways, you know, you can try for girl, try for boy. Doesn't mean obviously it's not 100% accurate. The shuttles method is about 80 to 90% accurate for trying to conceive a boy, and it's only like 75% accurate for trying to conceive a girl. Just because it's harder, because to do that you have to, I don't want to go into too much detail. Look it up. If you want to know about it, look it up. I don't know if you guys have kids watching this or not, but anyways, my point was we were gonna try for girl, and because Jacob, oh my gosh, Jacob has wanted a girl ever since the first one. The boys want a sister so dang bad. I have kind of always wanted 4 boys. I've always thought it would just be so freaking cool to have 4 boys. And we know people that have 4 boys, and I just always thought it'd be so cool. I am a boy mama, but then I also go on the other hand of like, but what if I had a daughter? Like, that'd be cute, you know? It's like almost hard for me to say that. I don't know what I would do with a girl. I really don't. But if we had a girl, I would be so extremely happy, because I want to see my husband get to have his baby girl. He's wanted a girl for so long, and he's so good with little baby girls. It's just so stinking cute, and he loves them, and they love him, and the boys just want a sister so bad. So if God blessed us with a baby girl, I would be so extremely happy. On the other hand, if he gives us another boy, I will also be super excited. So yeah, my period is like 6 days away still. So I'm trying so hard not to like test. There's no reason. I probably wouldn't even be able to know yet. So, but I am going a little bit crazy. But telling myself I'm gonna like stop trying and stop focusing on it has helped me a lot. Still going crazy though. There's like one friend I'm talking to, I'm like, help, distract me, I'm going crazy. She's like, don't do it, don't test yet, it's too early. I have the day I got my IUD taken out, I went to Walgreens or something, and I bought some prenatal vitamins because my doctor told me to get on them right away. And I bought like 2 boxes of pregnancy tests, like 4 pregnancy tests. I bought 2 of the, what is it called? First response early result. I think that's what it's called. And then 2 of the Clear Blue digital ones that say pregnant or not pregnant. And I want, because those are the kinds that I've liked in the past. And I want to save those. I want, I'm just rambling now. I don't want to like, I'm not going to go out and buy a million pregnancy tests. And so I'm like trying to save those. Like, I need to wait until it could be positive, for sure positive, you know. Anyways, I'm just rambling now. I'm excited. I wanted to make this video. I don't know when and if anyone will ever see it, but I just want to make it because I want to document this for myself, especially because this is what we're planning on being our very last baby. We have talked about like adopting a little baby girl if we have another boy. I mean, we've always wanted to adopt. Jake was the first one who ever brought it up when we were dating. So I don't know, that could happen one day. But as far as being pregnant, this is our last time that we're gonna be trying. If something else happens after that, it wouldn't surprise me, because we're like stupid fertile. But yeah, I don't know. It's a weird time. It's so weird because I feel like we've never really tried. You know, with Nathaniel, I didn't really know anything yet about when you ovulate or when you can get pregnant. I don't know. We just got pregnant the first month after I took my IUD out. And then with Ryland, I knew a little bit more, but I didn't know as much as I know now. I'll actually show you guys real quick. This book is awesome. My room is a mess, so if you see that, don't judge me. This book right here, Taking Charge of Your Fertility, by Toni Weschler, I think is how you say it. It's like dusty now and has cat hair on it. I finished reading it a few weeks ago. I've actually had that for years. The friend I was just talking about, who I was telling her, like, don't let me test yet. She is the one that introduced me to that book. I don't even know how many years ago. At least 8 years ago, at least 9 years ago, because it was before we were trying for Nathaniel. Yeah, so I had that book and I was like learning about charting your fertility, but I hadn't ever gotten all the way into it, especially because we got pregnant the first month with Nathaniel, and so after that I was just like, oh, I'm not going to chart now, it doesn't matter. And then same with Ryland, I was like starting to read it, but I was in tech school learning my second job in the Air Force, and that's super busy, and you don't really have a lot of free time, so I was trying to read it then, but I didn't really finish reading it. And then in the past 5 years or however many it's been, I've been like wanting to read it, wanting to start tracking even before we were starting to try, but it was like never a priority for me since we weren't trying it. So then of course the month we finally are like, just take it out, I can't even tell you guys how many appointments I set up to get my IUD taken out, and I always called back and canceled. Well, first of all, I hadn't been to the doctor here yet, so they weren't accepting new patients they were accepting new patients, but the appointments for new patients were like 2 months out each time. So I'd make an appointment, and then by the time the 2 months came, we would have changed our minds again by then. Well, Jake's mostly been like, whenever you're ready. But yeah, so this time it was like, Jake's like, let's just take it out. And I literally made the appointment that day and went the next day, because I did end up going to see the doctor for my just annual exam finally. So I wasn't a new patient. So I called, I made the appointment that day for the next day, and I went and got it out. And yeah, didn't have time to change my mind. And I didn't. So what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, about the book. I was saying, so this time I had to hurry up and get on finishing that book so I could know how to track everything this time. But then, like I said, I tracked until after I ovulated, and a few days after that, and then I was like, I need to stop this, I'm going crazy. So I figure, we've never had trouble getting pregnant before. Doesn't mean we won't this time, but that means that for a few months we can just try without the stress. Then if we feel like we're having issues and need to track it, then I can track it. But I feel like there's no reason for me to right now, because we've never had issues in the past, which I am extremely grateful for, and it's not lost on me. I'm probably gonna cry right now, because I'm in all these trying to conceive groups now. I've never been in them before. Like I said, on Facebook and on my period tracker app, there's a social community, whatever, and it is so heartbreaking seeing how much these people have struggled to even get pregnant, or have struggled with loss, and it feels like it's not fair. It feels not fair to me. It feels so unfair. Like I said, I've had friends who've tried for years to get pregnant, and it doesn't feel fair to me that I could get pregnant without even trying. Literally, with Nicholas, I wasn't even trying, and it just doesn't feel fair to me. But I know that God has a plan for us. That's what I truly believe. God has a plan. He knows what he's doing, even when we don't like it. Or I've said before, I feel like God, for me, in my situation, the whole getting pregnant with Nicholas thing, I was not even a year into my Air Force career, and I had always wanted to be a mom, but when I first found out I was pregnant with him, I remember falling to the floor on my knees crying, and it wasn't the good kind of crying. It took me that same day, we were super excited and driving to the store and buying baby books and whatever, but it still was really, really hard getting pregnant at 18. Not even a year into my career. I had so many things I wanted to do, obviously, but for me, I always say, I feel like God knows what we want more than we do. I'm not saying that's the case for these women who try so hard to get pregnant and can't, because that is just heartbreaking to me. I can't imagine not being a mom. It makes me so sad for those people who want to so bad and can't. But I pray, if you're someone who struggles, And just know that I pray for you guys all the time now. I mean, not that I didn't before, but I just didn't realize before because I wasn't as close to it. And now seeing these women in these groups every day, like, oh, it's cycle number 9 trying for baby number 1, or it's been 9 years trying for baby number 1. Like, it just, it's really, really heartbreaking, and it doesn't feel fair, but I just want you guys to know that I pray for you. I do. I pray for you a lot, and I will continue to do so. And I hope if you are someone who's been trying for a baby, that you will get your baby. I'm learning all the terminology now in these groups, like baby dust to you, or praying for a sticky baby. Like, it's so cute. Anyways, I am rambling, and I also wanted to say I haven't had any symptoms yet. Like I said, I'm only 7 or 8 DPO. I know I'm crying and emotional, but that's just me always. Ugh, everything makes me cry. Anyways, I think I will do like some updates if I do start to feel any symptoms. But let me tell you, with Ryland, when we tried for that first month, so I was in tech school, and Jake came home from Afghanistan and surprised me in tech school, and we tried, like, he was there with me for a week, and it just happened to be the week that I thought I was ovulating. I was starting to track my cycle, and like I would have ovulated then, but I think probably the like stress, not stress, but like the stress on my body, the surprise of him coming, the emotions, I think that might have pushed my ovulation back. And so I think, if I remember correctly, like I think I'd ovulated later that month than I thought. So then like 2 months later, when I was done with tech school and him and the boys came up, and then we drove back home, like I got pregnant like that day, like somewhere around there, like either right before we drove home or right when we got home, like in those couple days. But sister's trying to get in here. Sister, do you want to come in? You want to come in, pretty girl? Hi. Hi, pretty. What was I trying to say? Oh, about my symptoms. Okay. Okay, so that first month we were trying for Ryland. So I was in tech school after Jake had left. I was in tech school still, and I was like waiting to see if I got pregnant. I swear, I had like 50 million symptoms. I don't know if I was just making them all up or what. Because I swear I had like so many symptoms. And then I took a test and it was negative, and I was like really sad. So I do have 1 month of getting a negative pregnancy test. So not to say that I know how anyone feels who's been trying for super long to conceive, because we had 2 boys already before that. But it was super sad, and I cried, and maybe that's me being dramatic because, I don't know, like a whiny, spoiled brat who's not used to being told no, I guess. I don't know, because we got Nicholas and Nathaniel so easily, that I wasn't used to having a negative pregnancy test. I mean, I'm glad I did get to experience that one time, because I feel like it does help me to understand at least a tiny bit how other people feel. What are you doing, sister? Hi, pretty girl. You almost made it. Hi, baby girl. Anyways, this is super long, and I'll probably end up editing some of it out. But I just wanted to get it out. And what are you doing to your brother? Why are you purring? I'm not even petting anyone. I just wanted to document it. Like I said, I just want to document this. It's probably and hopefully the last, whatever. It's probably the last time I'll ever be trying for baby. So I'm super excited for this stage in our life. I mean, sometimes I'm super sad that our kids are gonna be super far apart. Like, Nicholas is 10 and a half. So even if we do get pregnant right now, he's gonna be 11. You know? They're gonna be almost 12 years apart. That makes me sad, but at the same time, like, it's gonna be so cool. She always pushes my phone. Her and CJ do the same thing. With their heads, trying to scratch their faces on them. But anyways, I just feel like it's gonna be so dang cool this time to be pregnant and have a baby with the boys as old as they are, with Nicholas and Nathaniel as old as they are, because Nathaniel's about to be 9, and then Nicholas will be 10, 11 while I'm pregnant. And it's just, even, you know, we like explain to them how babies are made and like how they grow and develop, and they just, it was so freaking cool how like interested they were in it. And then Nathaniel, if I say anything, like if I'm tired or I'm sick to my stomach or anything, are you pregnant? Like, it's so cute, and I can't wait to be able to tell them when we are. It's just, I mean, seeing how excited they were when I was pregnant with Ryland. When I was pregnant with Nathaniel, Nicholas was like 1. He was 1. He had no idea what was going on. I mean, that kid was born to be a big brother. I mean, it used to make me sad that we had them so close together. We were trying for Nathaniel, but it used to make me sad. And when I was pregnant with him, I was especially sad. I would cry and get emotional, like, towards the end of my pregnancy, that, like, Nicholas wasn't gonna be the only baby anymore. Like, were we doing this too soon? But I swear to you, that kid was born to be a big brother. He just, from the second, just that was what he was meant to be, I guess. Because even still, he's just so freaking incredible with these boys. And I'm so excited to see them. But I was saying, even when I was pregnant with Ryland, like, how interested they were. And, you know, it was so cool seeing how much more Nicholas understood that time. Now he's so much older. Like, when I was pregnant with Ryland, they used to always come in my room and want to see how big the baby was on my app. I don't even remember which app I used. But this time's just gonna be amazing. And honestly, I don't know. I don't really know how to say this. Like, I feel like it kind of goes along with me feeling like guilty about being able to get pregnant so easily. Before, anyways, I don't know if we will now. I feel scared, like, you know, I see these people who have been hurt before, like, have lost a child or had a miscarriage or stillbirth, and it scares me. And I'm like, oh, well, I've always had easy pregnancies and births, like, I'm due for something bad to happen. And I know that's a horrible way to look at it, but it scares me. And it scares me especially now with the boys being this old, because they're gonna understand it. They're gonna know. They would know, I should say, if something bad happened, and that would just make me so incredibly sad. But I know that I need to stop looking at it that way. I need to choose faith over fear, and I need to just know that God is gonna be with our family, and He's gonna give us a baby if and when we are meant to have one, huh, sister? Anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling now. I'm rambling. I am. I think I'm rambling because it's keeping me distracted, and it's a good thing. But anyways, I'll update if I'm, like, having any symptoms, or obviously when I take a test, I will document that as well. So, alright, sister, say bye. Say bye-bye. No, don't use my phone to scratch your face. Alright, I will talk to you guys later. I love you. Wish us luck. Good luck to all of you if you're trying.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes.